Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings. We generally like to talk a load of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we're going to be talking about a very, very old game from MB Games. We're going to be talking about Crossfire. In this game, you'll be shooting ball bearings, trying to knock a puck into your opponent's end zone that will allow you to win the game. So in this video, we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules to tell you what we do like, what we don't like. Then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Crossfire is worth your time or bother today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below. And we'll see you after this. Bollocks. So, Crossfire, how'd you play this game? So we're talking about the Crossfire version that was released in, I think, 1994. There are other versions dating back to the 70s, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about the latest version of this classic. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put together the contraption. You're going to use the included dowels to slot the two sides of the board together, and you're going to take the cardboard overlay and you're going to place it on the top of the playing area. Right, there's two pucks included in this game. Our version didn't come with the strange star-shaped puck or the triangular puck, so we had to get some of the old 1970s pucks, but it doesn't really matter. But you're going to take the two pucks and you'll place them in the centre of the playing area. There's 40 ball bearings that come with the game, and you'll split these equally between you and you'll place them in your tray. The rules tell you that somebody's got to shout out 1, 2, 3, fire, and when that happens you'll scoop up as many ball bearings as you can and you'll shove them in your gun and you'll start firing by pulling the trigger. The aim of the game is to get the pucks into your opponent's end zone. It's the first player to get 3 pucks in their end zone, so once the 2 pucks have been used, either someone's going to win or you'll have to start another game, and then it's the first player to get the 3rd puck in. If you run out of ball bearings, you have to scoop up some more and shove them in your gun, and sometimes the gun does get stuck, and the rules do tell you just to give it a little bit of a wiggle when that happens. There's also some mode in the rules called the blitz mode. You're going to chuck the puck that has been scored back into the playing area, and you'll just continue until 3 goals have been scored, right? So once a player has scored 3 goals, then they will be the winner of Crossfire. So what do we like about Crossfire? So the first thing that we like, and obviously this is the most important thing about this game, is that the gameplay is really, really fast, and it's really, really chaotic, and it's actually quite fun. Something quite appealing about coming back from the brink where you've got one of those pucks right near your goal line and you manage to knock it out of the way and then come back from the dead and then score in your opponent's goal. So yeah, it's really, really fast, really, really quick, really, really crazy, and I've played this with my kids. It does make them go a bit mental. So the next thing that we really like about Crossfire is that the ball bearings do get fired at quite a decent pace. It's quite surprising actually. There's no springs involved. I think there's just like a mechanism which pings this little bit of plastic, and they do actually feel like you're getting quite a bit of power behind the balls, right? You'll notice as well that the board is ridged in the center, so there's like a slight elevation in the center of the playing area, and this means that once you get over that hump, then the ball bearings are going to roll naturally back into the tray, and the pucks do sort of get a bit of momentum if you can use the power of the guns to get them over that ridge, right? So yeah, surprisingly enough for a toy, the guns do have quite a bit of power behind them, yeah? So the next thing that we like about Crossfire is that it's made of quite a solid construction. The actual frame of the playing surface is actually quite sturdy. The guns look quite solid and it fits together really, really well, and there's not really that much setup time when you want to dig this one out. So yeah, it's really well constructed and we've got no complaints about the build quality. Not a lot anyway. So what don't we like about Crossfire? So the first thing that we don't like about Crossfire is the pucks and the ball bearings tend to gravitate towards the sides of the board and then they get stuck there. You tend to have occasions quite regularly when the pucks are isolated on the side of the board and they're surrounded by marbles that don't seem to want to move, right? And the more marbles that get stuck there, the more difficult it is to get the puck out of that situation. So it can be a little bit frustrating when this happens. We've played it on a variety of playing surfaces, on a flat table and on a carpet and on a quite fluffy rug, And the fluffy rug actually provided the most fun experience because it somehow pushed the center of the board up just enough so that the marbles run away from the sides. Yeah, so I don't know, it's not really a scientific experiment or anything like that, but try and experiment with playing surfaces if you are going to dig deep and pick this one up. So the second thing that we don't like about Crossfire is the actual playing surface itself is just a sheet of glossy cardboard. The copy that we picked up is sort of like a little bit battered. Yeah, I know we said that the construction of this one is actually quite admirable, right? But it's just the cardboard playing surface needs to be slotted in underneath this ridge, and there's a very good chance that at some point this will get damaged. I suppose it all depends whether your kids or yourself like smashing things up for fun, but yeah, cardboard is not a very good surface for this type of thing. So the next thing that we don't like about Crossfire is there's not enough ball bearings included in the game. We had to go out and buy some more of these. If you are interested in getting some more ball bearings, they are the 9mm version. Anything else will not fit inside the gun, but we went out and got another 50. We lobbed them in, and it makes the game flow so much better because you're not spending your time sticking your hand in the piss trough trying to fish out those ball bearings, and then there's less chance of them flying all over the place as well, right? So yeah, more ball bearings. Bit of a must with this one, and it's a bit of a shame that there's only 20 for each player included in the actual set itself. So the final thing we don't like about Crossfire, and this is related to the point we made about the pucks tending to move towards the sides, right, is that if that happens, it can go on for bloody ages. When my wife played this with my kids, it went on for about 10 minutes, and they ended up just scrapping that game and then starting a new one. So yeah, it can be a little bit frustrating. It also can give you blisters on your finger area here where you'll be pulling the trigger all the time. I'm quite used to it because I do like to shoot small animals with potato guns, but if you're not into hunting squirrels, then you could end up putting plasters on your little pinky, right? So to summarise, is Crossfire worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we are going to say probably not. This is a fast-paced old school game that delivers quite a decent yet short-lived high, but ultimately it ends up quite a frustrating experience due to the pucks getting stuck on the side and the frustration of having to reload your weapon every so often, unless you get the extra ball bearings, right? If you can find this really cheap, maybe in a second-hand shop or on eBay really cheap, then I'd certainly recommend you pick it up for novelty value, because it is one of them games that you can pull out for nostalgia reasons, or if you just want a quick frenetic experience, right? But the prices of this set, this particular set on eBay, is absolutely astronomical, and if you can't find it cheap, then there is no point in picking this up because it is not worth the asking price. At the time of making this video, I've seen this go for about 60-70 quid, but it's definitely not worth that. But if you can find it really dirt cheap, then Crossfire is definitely worth messing about with, albeit for 10 minutes of your miserable life. So there you go, that's Crossfire. Remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down there. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever you want to do, and we'll see you next time.